Happy Wednesday. How you doing? Hey, the lights are back on. I had a yard sale last night. Made enough money to pay the electric bill. They came and turned it back on. Good thing I didn't have to sell any of my Hot Wheels cars at boom boxes to do it. I sold off other junk. What are you doing today? Well, I heard a couple things last night from a couple people. I don't know which was attached to which live, but I'll just put it all together. Everything, well, it won't be everything, but the highlights of what Java said on these two lives. He said, man, that guy's fucking paranoid, huh? I said, yeah. Oh, you noticed that too? Jabber he's getting more and more paranoid. You know, everybody's out to get him. Everybody's out to get him. And you can see he gets fired up. The eyes start popping out of his head, and he's really rattled, you know. His ex-wife, you know, his life is all ruined because of other people. Everyone, his bad situations he's in is because of somebody else. He likes to lay blame. He said, but there's like a paranoia that's been creeping in and creeping in. He's real paranoid. Everyone's out to get him. Let's see where to start. This is going to be out of order. It won't be you know, in chronological order of when he said it. But you know, he said he had November 15th. He said now he seemed to be. Now he's saying he has to be out by the 31st. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. I had to step away for a second. He said he had to be out by November 15th. His timeline kept bouncing around all over the place. He said he seemed a little more worried, saying that now he has to be out by the 31st. And it's tomorrow, that's right, Halloween. And don't forget, buy some candy for the kids that go trick-or-treating in your neighborhood. Don't be like these assholes, the porch lights off, don't come knocking. Nah, buy some fucking candy. When they come to your door, you hand out candy to those kids with a smile and compliment them on their costumes. If they're, oh, wow, you look cute. Oh, you look funny. If they're a clown or something, wow, you look scary. Come on, man, they're kids. Let them have their day. Let them have their fun. Buy that fucking candy. Hand it out with a smile. Yeah, now that I got that out of the way. Now he's going to be out by the 31st. And now, he said, you know, Brian, it's kind of funny. Sanford used to do the same thing. When I mentioned something about Sanford, oh yeah, he's been talking about that project forever. It's been sitting there. And this is how I know these guys fucking watch me religiously. Even though I don't watch them. I catch bits and pieces. And I've never seen any of Jabba's lives while they're actually happening. See, I don't subscribe. I don't get notifications. Some people do. What I see is what other people record and put up on here, you know. And what people tell me they do. Take time to pop in periodically, and even these guys won't sit and watch him for 2, 3, 4 hours. But over the course of when he's on there all these hours, they'll go watch 5, 10 minutes to go do what they're doing. Go back half hour later. Oh, he's still on. Go back. Still on. Still on. Still on. You know. That's how they catch you. But I know Jabba. Hey, good morning, buddy. How you doing? I know you love watching me. Your cheerful ray of sunshine is here to start your miserable, pathetic fucking day. Now it's the 31st, and he has to be out because the house is being sold sometime tomorrow. He said the exact time. You know, I'd mentioned something, you know, like within 2 or 3 videos, Sanford would put out a video and he'd be acting like he's finally going to do something with it because I mentioned it. And I guess he got a little bit of a guilty conscience. Could have proved me wrong. He says, Jabba does the same thing. He mentioned you, Brian. I said, oh, yeah? He said, yeah, in 2 areas. He said, I guess Jabba was too happy when I talked about his burnt hockey pucks he called gourmet hamburgers. He wasn't too thrilled about me calling him burnt hockey pucks. And he wasn't too thrilled about me calling him a pig and a fucking slob. Because of his kitchen, just, and all the trash on the fucking floor. Oh, you know, Brian called me a pig and a slob. I'm not a pig and a slob. Really? 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 Don't you know people have eyes? They've seen inside your fucking house. They've seen your yard. They know you're a fucking pig in a swab. No matter what you say. You're a fucking pig in a swab. And you're a fat fucking retard with shit for brains. Oh, yeah. And then he's making excuses for himself. Oh, yeah, well, you know, when I'm cooking and doing things, you know, you got things. Yeah, I just throw it on the floor. There's nothing wrong with that. Because I sweep it up later. Isn't that why you got a fucking trash can in your fucking kitchen? I know we do. You know, you're making coffee. Oh, the coffee thing's empty. You throw it in the trash can. You don't throw it on the fucking floor. Oh, the box of sugar. Oh, it's empty. Oh, throw it in the trash. No, you throw it on the floor. Pick it up later. You probably can't put it in the trash can. Maybe that's all the overflowing shit that's falling all over the fucking floor. You don't even dump his fucking trash. Remember when he had all his fucking empty cans all over the fucking yard? He's walking around with a weed pole. You know those weed poles? You'd have to be bending down digging. It's like, you know, a long rod with a T-handle. And at the bottom, it's got 3 prongs, and they're like kind of twisted. You stick it over the weed, you twist it, it grabs it by the root, and you pull it up. You don't have to be bending down. He's walking around with a fucking weed pole, stabbing cans. Can't overflow it all over the fucking yard because he doesn't know what day they come to collect the recycles. He's been there 20 years, doesn't know what day they come to collect the trash and recycle, so it stays in his fucking yard. He never puts them out to be collected. He even hoards his fucking trash. But he's not a pig or a slob. That pissed him off when I called him a pig and a slob. Made excuse. Oh, well, isn't that what you do when you're in the kitchen? You're cooking shit. Hey, you're making spaghetti. Oh, you take it all. It's an empty box. Throw it on the fucking floor and step on it and walk around on it for a few days. Doesn't everybody do that? Jabba does. But he's not a pig or a slob. Seriously, did you see those fucking hockey pucks all fucking burnt? Called him his gourmet, some type of gourmet hamburger that he came up with, you know. Didn't like me criticizing his burnt hockey pucks. Didn't like me calling him a pig or a slob. Too fucking bad, Jabba. Deal with it. Because you are a pig and a slob. And those fucking burnt hockey pucks I wouldn't feed to my dog Zeus. Okay? Oh, and that filthy fucking stove, fucking grease all over it and shit. Microwave all full of fucking slime and nasty splatter. You're a fucking pig, a slob. Your kitchen is unhealthy to cook any fucking food in. You're unhealthy. You don't take care of yourself, so you don't take care of anything else. Anyway, so now and then he was all pissed off about some lady. He says, yeah, he's complaining about, and now, you know, well, since, you know, the papers are being signed on the 31st, I'm just throwing out a random time. He said the exact time, 10 a.m. I'm just saying 10 a.m. for argument. Excuse me, I drank my coffee too fast. For argument's sake. Well, the papers are being signed at 10 a.m. and my house is sold. And then they got to transfer the money to some city he's moving to. He's going to buy that house for $29,000. Then he lets little things slip in that senior community he's moving to. He says, I started looking at more pictures of it online, and it's bigger than I thought it was. It's actually a double wide. Then he says, then he kind of catches himself. Double wide? When you hear double wide, what do you think of? It's a fucking trailer park house, right? And I know we have communities up to Far North End, next to Trucci's, before you get on Route 140 and head up. It already gets more rural out there a little bit. There's a trailer park community. It's all retired people, but it's a nice, clean facility. You know, they're well kept, you know. And, you know, they pay so much maintenance fee, you know. And it's a lot of retired people. I think I mentioned I went in one time. I had a friend that his grandmother lived in one. And I went in. It was a single wide. It just seems weird. It's like a tube, you know. Everything's one room, a little partition to another, a little bathroom. Everything's a little bit smaller. Bedroom was at the end. It was nice. It was clean. You know, and an older person living alone, that's all you really need, unless you're a fucking hoarder like him. You know? And then he catches himself. Oh, but it's not a trailer park house. Why'd you call it a double wide? And he's aggravated because now he's going to be out on the 31st. And his money's going to get transferred to that city. Want to go into his bank account? Why does it have to go to a city for him to get it in another city? Didn't make any sense to me, Brian. I say it don't make no sense to me either, Phil, you know? And he's aggravated because now, you know, he has to get that place, and I guess his real estate lady or something, because he mentioned a woman. I keep trying to call this woman, telling her what's going on, now, and she won't answer her phone. And he's all pissed off at her because he calls people and they're not answering their phone. He says you could see he was really rattled, Oh, and his Bel Air, I guess recently now he grabbed the old sandpaper again. He started sanding the fucking fender. He took a couple of spots down to bare fucking metal. He's talking about how he's gonna take the whole car down to bare metal, redo the whole thing all over again, right from the bare metal up. Reprime it, repaint it. He's gonna get hardener and reducer and this and that. But he's not gonna do it now because he's too busy with his move. And he's gonna pull the engine and rebuild the whole engine all over again, right from the crank up. Rebuild the whole thing. This time, take it out of the car. So what's funny too? He says, well, when people criticize me, he says like this, well, I never said I was a mechanic. I'm just mechanically inclined. I know how to, take things apart and put it back together. Hey, this is generic brand, but it works just as good as Tylenol, ibuprofen. I know how to unscrew the fucking cap. Hey, wow. Hey, guess what? I know how to put it back on. Doesn't mean I know about pharmaceuticals and how to make this fucking shit. You know what I mean? Well, I never said I was a mechanic. But yet he said he worked in garages as a mechanic and shit in this long line of occupations throughout his life. Gourmet chef in banquet halls, catering halls, fine restaurants and big name hotel chains, Hyatt Regency, and when he wasn't, you already know all that. Where did he find the time? He says and he's already got a storage place with the Bel Air. And it's going to be able to fit all the shit he's got in the pod too. Okay. And now he's saying he has to be out by the 31st tomorrow. That's what he said. Whether it happens or not, who the fuck knows? I'm speculating here. I'm admitting I'm speculating. But I got a feeling where his story changes all the time. The thing with, well, my real estate lady said that, the paperwork will be signed on the 31st at 10 a.m. in the morning, and then the house is officially sold, and then they're going to transfer my money. I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, hey, I'm wrong. It'll be, he says, and it's because he told me this, says, Brian, I think he's saying that because of what you said. He said, hey, Jabba, when are you going to move? Where are you going? And you kind of pushed him on the issue. And now he's got to respond in some way. And he's just saying that. It'll be, oh, well, yeah, the house wasn't sold. But that's what my real estate lady told me. And then he'll complain about her, not being straight up with him. He'll blame it on her somehow, how the house wasn't sold. And then why he didn't go to that new house, that double wide in this other city, because the lady won't answer her phone. He can't communicate with anybody. So it was one thing after another. He says, and then Brian, he's sitting there, he says, I watched for about an hour, then after that I'm like, that's enough. He says in about a 45-minute span, he had 3 fucking cigarettes, one right after the other. And then he has a coughing fit that lasted a good solid minute. He says, Brian, he starts doing it on the phone. I'm like, dude, shut up, you're making me sick. He says, Brian, if you had seen it, you would have been fucking sick. And he's trying to imitate it on the phone. He says, he says, and he was all hunched over with his head hanging down, like almost between his fucking knees, and his head's jerking up and down, and he's coughing and gurgling up all kinds of phlegm and all kinds of fucking shit. It was nasty and disgusting. He says, I could be wrong, but I swear he even puked. I know someone told me in the past he actually did puke on a fucking video, having a coughing fit. He says he had 3 cigarettes within 45 minutes. Then after all that coughing fit and shit goes on, what does he do? 5 minutes later, he lights up another fucking cigarette. He says, and even someone in the comments said, hey, dude, the fuck are you smoking so much for? And then he says, I'm not going to smoke this one. I'm not going to light this one. I'm just going to leave it in my mouth. Then he came up with a shitload of excuses about this, excuses about that, complaining about this one, complaining about that one. No one answers the phone. No one wants to talk to him. He's in a rush, going to be out. They're going to transfer his money to another city, but his house going to be sold first. He says he was all over the place, but he seemed a little, what's the word, anxious, a little bit wound up, very paranoid, very paranoid. That's a word really that I haven't heard very much describing him. But yeah, when I think about it, true. He does get real paranoid. He thinks everybody's out to get him. The world's out to get him. You know, is that why he bitches and complains when he does his lives on his road trips, going to the fucking senior center to cop his free lunch, or go to Walmart to jump on that electric scooter because he can't waddle around the fucking store? You know, without having to fucking sit down somewhere after 4 or 5 steps. Look at this guy back. What, he thinks every driver on the road is out to fucking get, hey, look, here comes Java. Come on, let's zero in on him and fucking ram our cars into him. He's fucking paranoid, and that brings out his anger and his resentment and all his other bullshit. He thinks the world's against him, you know? The reason is, I think he hates himself. He knows he's a fat fucking retard. He knows he's worthless. He knows he fucked up his life. He knows he's got nobody to blame but himself, but he can't blame himself. So he's going to take it out on everybody and everything around him. To what? For what? What does that accomplish? Job of mentioning my name, talking about me. What the fuck is that doing? It ain't affecting me in the least. You know? Sure as hell ain't helping your situation. What's it done for you? Not a fucking thing, but you do it. You're just full of anger, rage, hate, and resentment. And it's all internal. And you gotta try to turn it around and put it out on everything else, because you can't accept what you are, and you're a fucking loser. You've been a loser your whole fucking life, and you're gonna continue to be a loser. There's a good chance you could end up being a homeless loser. And then he says, yeah, it's kind of funny, Brian. He says he's gonna be out by the 31st. But the Bel Air's still there. He's got some camper in the yard that's still there. There's still shit all over the fucking yard. There's still a bunch of shit in the fucking house. And the car's got to go to he's going to get all this done by the 31st. You tell me what you think about all this. This is what I heard. If there's any more, you know, a lot got left out, because these guys don't sit around for 2 fucking the guys that talk to me don't sit around for 2 solid fucking hours just watching. They check periodically and they catch bits and pieces. Between a few people, the ones some people miss, other people catch. It kind of gets put together, but I'm still not getting 100% of the whole thing. There are a couple other guys here that do some things too. They record it, and they'll record the whole thing for the full duration, hour, 2, 3, 4. You know, even those, that's the only time I see what he's done live. It's because of them. I won't even sit there and watch it for all that time. I'm fast forward, and I condense it down to 15 minutes, 20 minutes max, you know. And even then, I still miss out on a lot of shit. So anyway, I guess that's about it. So we see what happens. We see what happens tomorrow on the 31st. What else can I say? Have a great day. Have fun. Stay safe. And don't forget, man, buy some candy. Do something for the kids for Halloween. You were only a kid once, man. Let them have their fun. Okay? And a little hint from Uncle Brian, like what I do with all the candy I already have sitting here. Buy a lot of shit that you like. So in case a lot of kids don't come and it's left over, hey, wow, you can eat it too. Have a great day.